Mr. Joe Bouchard is on here ready to come on, which is pretty dope. Let me bring him on. He just dropped a new record. I think about a week ago it is now, called Strange Legends. And it's really good. I'm just gonna bring Joe on so we can talk about it. Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great.
Thank you.
I was just listening to your live, whatever it is, but it's live. It was good.
Yeah, we're live in real time right now.
I've done
my new live stream.
This is my 49th interview, and you were the first. So since 8 weeks ago, we talked, and since then I've been doing more press than I've ever done in my whole life. It's awesome.
That's crazy.
It's really supported the album. It's out. Had a great launch. I'm doing a lot of videos for my songs, and it's all good. How are you?
I've been doing great. I've been staying busy since we last spoke, and I listened to the album. Yeah, 8 weeks ago, and finally listened to the album. And
do you have a copy of this?
Entirety. I don't have a physical copy of it yet. No, I don't. I suck. I'm sorry.
After we're off, you send me your address. I'll send you this.
You don't have to do that, but thank you. You really don't have to do that.
To EMMY Joe.
Hey!
For you. Oops. Can't find it.
Thank you.
There you go. So send me your address later.
Okay. I definitely will. Thank you, Joe. Oh my God, that's so cool. Hey, you spelled my name right. Nobody ever spells my name right.
Well, I
need to talk about this. Nobody ever spells it right.
How did you get the name Suzanne? Is that your real name?
Yeah. Suzanne is my real last name. It's Italian.
Oh, it's nice.
Yep. That's my real last name. My actual full first name is Emily, but it's spelled really weird. So I was like, I'm gonna go by Emmy, and everyone will be able to spell it.
Emily's. Yeah.
There's only one Emmy though. That's for sure.
Yeah. So
tell me a little bit how Strange Legends has been being received. Obviously, you've been doing all this press for it, but how have your fans been receiving it?
The fans love it. It's an interesting time because my old band, Blue Oyster Cult, they're putting out an album in October, and then my brother is putting out an album in November, and so it's a big year for the old Blue Oyster Cult universe. It really is.
Yeah.
I don't, and it's good. I'm the first one out of that style. And they say my record sounds like a guitar record from the 70s.
Yeah, I can kind of see that. Yeah, it had
a very guitar.
It was if you love guitar, you would love that record.
Yeah, it is a really guitar-oriented record. Best guitar playing I've ever done, I think. I think not so much I play better, but I think I produce better recordings.
Yeah, and I'm sure with the new technology and stuff that was
there's a trick to it all. Yeah, you've got it all. You do this and mix a little of that, and flip it around.
It's easier to do that too. Technology is crazy, but even I find technology sometimes can be against you too, because sometimes it doesn't work, and when it doesn't work, it goes south real quick.
Yeah, well, but I started if you made a mistake or you erased something by accident, you never got it back.
Oh,
if you erased something by accident, gone. You had to start all over. So that's where I started.
Yeah, one of my
you don't know
one
that
of my
universe.
one of my friends, and I'm not gonna call them out by name, but like they recorded like almost a full album and accidentally deleted it. This was like probably 2 years ago now, and I was like, oh my god, I couldn't even imagine doing that. Like it's a terrifying thought of deleting like almost an entire album.
Yeah, like I had a photo gallery with 20,000 pictures in it, and it was tired. It was early in the morning. I erased all 20,000 photos.
Oh.
And I had to like sort of go into like Buddhist meditation. Like, what the hell am I going to do now? And I actually got most of them back. I ended up, you dive deep into the internet and you find out that even when you erase something, there is a trace of it somewhere. So I got all the 20,000 photos back.
After some meditation.
After some meditation, getting really deep into meditation, I got the photos back, but they had no names on them. It was all strings of numbers.
Oh.
It was all just numbers. But, you had
the photos
digital,
at least.
Yeah, I got the photos. Sometime when I got nothing to do, I'll just go through them and recatalog the whole damn thing. Yeah.
You gotta go through that. You gotta go through that sometimes. It sucks going through like that many photos, especially, I'm a photographer. I can't even imagine that many photos getting deleted. Like I would have a breakdown. Like if I delete just one wrong photo, I have a breakdown about it.
Yeah. It was like, probably 5-10 years of my life.
Yeah, it's like I just
like I said, I got
like the last 10 years. That's terrifying.
Well, now I have to sort of like, because I got a new record and everybody wants to know about this and that in the past. So I've been diving deep into my archive and I got boxes and boxes of stuff. So now I'm in a process of cleaning up things and trying to get everything sorted out. I might write a book. I actually have enough pictures for a picture book.
I think we talked about this last time, and I still think you should write a book. I think you should write a book. I still think that, because I would read that, and I'm not a big book reader. Like, I would be all about that. I think that's very interesting, especially like a picture book.
You got to have good pictures of rock and roll, growing up on the farm and playing the barn dances, and oh my God.
Playing the barn dances.
The barn dances. My God. Well, I grew up on a farm in upstate New York, and that's what we did. We hated farming, so we turned the barn into a dance hall, and that's how I got my start. Was playing in the barn.
That's pretty interesting. You did not tell me that last time we talked.
Were you brought up in a barn? Well, of course.
Like, that's where I got my start, guys. I don't know what you want me to do about it. Of course I left the door open. I'm not used to having them. So, obviously, like, with the new record and stuff, everyone has their, like, favorite tracks or whatever. What's your favorite song off the new album?
Well, it's hard to say, but I would say the first track, which is called African Queen. It was written about a movie. It was actually a very easy song to write because I was watching an old movie. I've got time for old movies now, and watched the movie, and I said, this is a great idea for a song, It's got a rhythm. Just the idea of the boat going down this wild river in Africa, down the rapids and all of that. That was
I remember that
just about
movie.
wrote itself. Yeah. Humphrey Bogart, Katharine Hepburn. Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites.
Classic.
I'm a big classic old movie buff, like that stuff, like Charlie Chaplin, stuff like that.
Oh yeah, those old movies are fantastic. And so that came from the movie. There are other good songs. I don't know, in promoting the record, a lot of people pick out different things that I wouldn't pick out. The instrumental track called "Racing Through the Desert," people love that. It was kind of like a thrown together at the last minute. You know, it's time to put an instrumental, but it rocks hard. It's got some great guitar playing on it. Right now, I'm working on the video for that. And so what do? I mean, if you have a song, you just sing the song and try to make it look cool, you know. But just playing the guitar, is that going to be cool enough? Well, maybe. We'll see. You'll get to see it all.
I feel like simplistic is sometimes better, because I find with like some bands they get like way too over the top with it. Not saying I don't like theatrics, but like they make like a really simple video way too complicated. It's like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, well, I was back making videos in when MTV just started in the 80s, and the first two videos we did really well. They did really well. We did two videos in one day. We're in California and we're in Hollywood. And we did "Burning for You," the song "Burning for You," and then we did a song called "Joan Crawford Has Risen from the Grave." Talk about a song about an old movie, Joan Crawford. Yeah. So it was a 24-hour day. We started at 6 in the morning. We finished the next morning at 6 a.m. So, but they were done pretty fast, kind of crude, you know. Later on, we did like, you know, videos that cost like $70, $100,000. And even after that, if you tried to get a video on MTV in the 90s, they said, if it doesn't cost $1 million, we don't want it. Because they had too much stuff. They had too much. They had Duran Duran and, I don't know, all of those new age groups and, you know.
Like in the early 80s?
Yeah. And we were lucky because we were there at the beginning, and they didn't have an awful lot of stuff to play. So they played "Burning for You" a lot. So that was a lucky break.
I still feel like "Burning for You" is like one of those songs that I always hear on the radio too. Like it's not something that like kind of like went by the wayside. Like I always remember just hearing that song on the radio.
Yeah. It's we got lucky with that one. Well, and then of course the Reaper was a big one for us. So. And that's that pays for the records that I do now.
You can kind of create your own stuff now. You don't really have to be like put in a box.
Well, I don't feel the pressure that it has to be, you know, fit into any commercial, slot. You know, I mean, I wouldn't do a pop record or a hip hop record. You know,
right.
I'm going to do what I think I can do. You know, what I feel like I can do best. Hello. You can still hear me, but I'm frozen.
Yeah, I can't. I can still hear you. I thought my camera just froze.
If I do this, and then I do this, still didn't come back. Let's see.
Huh.
Da, 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 da. Woo.
Hey, it like vibrates though.
Oh,
the sound kind of still comes out. Oh my God. So the one song that I did want to talk to you about off the new record was "Hit and Run."
Sure.
I thought the guitars on that, like you said something about it was a very guitar-driven record. That song is a very, very guitar-heavy. Like I love it. It is so like it's so guitar-heavy, like 70s classic rock.
Yeah. Well, thank you. I mean, I love that. I had that song for a couple of years, did it in a couple of different styles, but once I cut it with the drums, it really came. I couldn't believe how well Mickey played drums on that, and I'm so happy the way it came out. It really worked well, and Hit and Run. That's another video I'm working on too. So you'll get to see that one. I've already done a couple versions of that. I've done a couple of versions of that, but it gets harder. The more video work you do, the higher the bar gets. You say, like, well, it's got to be better than that last one, you know. So
yeah. Yeah, you kind of keep like getting ahead of yourself and keep wanting to be like, I want this to be like so much better than whatever. So I definitely can understand that.
Yeah. It's a video world. I mean, you know, oh, hello. Well, you know, it was funny. I was watching one of your earlier guests, and they were broadcasting from their car.
Yeah, Zosha.
Was that because their power was out?
No, she was at band rehearsal, and they were just in the process of leaving band rehearsal. So yeah.
Oh, because I didn't have power for 2 days because of the hurricane.
Yeah, I heard a lot of my friends. Yeah, a lot of my friends that live up in New York didn't have any power at all, and I was like, I'm in West Virginia. Like, what do you guys mean hurricane? It's sunny down here. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, well, so I had to do my first interview from the car, but I had my phone set up on Skype, and it worked perfect. I found a good, strong signal, and you know, where I live
just
here, not great Wi-Fi. Yeah, not great Wi-Fi. Hey, I gotta split.
All right, man. Well, thank you so much for coming on, Joe. Here. Yeah, it's still frozen. I don't know why. Oh my gosh. Well, thank you so much again for coming on, Joe.
Well, I'm so happy talking to you.
Thank you so much, Joe. And I hope you have a great night, man. Thanks for stopping in.
Send me your ID, and I'll send you that CD.
I got you. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it.
Have a great night.
You too. Bye, man. Joe Bouchard, everybody. I love that man. He is so sweet. Everybody needs to go check out Strange Legends. I know I've been saying that with like everybody that comes on. I'm like, go check out their freaking music. But seriously, that record is so good. And I'm very honored to be able to do some press for it. I love that band. So let me see if okay, cool. Randy's in here. So my next guest is going to be Randy from